morning, beautiful being. It is an honor to connect with you. Thank you for tuning in. And congratulations on existing in this time, on surviving, and hopefully thriving, and if not, then soon. This is such a significant time to have incarnated, to have purpose within. So if you are here, if you are watching this video, if you are desiring to upgrade, to advance, to evolve, to shift collectively, then thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for aligning to the timeline. Confirmed. I am Heather of the Activation Vibration, and I create and channel content that is designed to align and activate you into your best version of self. So, as I said, right now is such a significant and powerful time. This is literally the paradigm shift. And as you know, if you've watched my videos before, we have been essentially experiencing a collective and individual stripping, where that which is not us, that which is not ours, is being removed from us. And as that happens, we become vulnerable, essentially, because what happens when a layer is stripped and taken away, then that layer underneath is now to the surface. It's like we've shed skins and we now are more sensitive and more fragile because this skin is new. So we have essentially confirmed, shifted into this new paradigm. Yes, anchored, we are here. And right now what is happening is all energies are shifting around and about, and essentially everything that is not to be is being alchemized and transmuted, and once they are, then they are being anchored and solidified into the field. That is essentially the formula, the process of how this is all going. And even that can continue to evolve as we can continue to evolve, because once we understand and can see past and beyond the struggle and the need for the negative duality, and we can instead just embody a frequency, then we won't necessarily have to go through that process, that experimentation of things in order to acquire an awareness and wisdom from a situation. We can just see it, feel it, visualize it, understand it, comprehend it, integrate it, and be it, essentially. Transmute it, alchemize it. So right now, the alchemization is like exaggerated, if that makes sense. The process is big. It has to get loud because people have been sleeping. People have not been listening. So it needs to essentially shake and wake people up. So with this, we are now going through so many different phases as we are like in these new bodies and beings. It's like, okay, how and what and why and where and It's like, wow. And that is necessary. It's necessary for you to essentially not have an extreme attachment to one certain idea or way of perceiving or viewing, so that you can essentially acquire a new awareness, so that you can merge with other collective consciousnesses and expand your frequency, expand your width, expand your energy, expand your field, so that we can all unite and connect more collectively, so that there's not so much resistance within so many fields. And one particular theme that is major and extra loud at this time is judgment. Now, we are collectively seeing the surfacing and the uprising of so many distortions, so many illusions, so many programs, things that had been set in place and structured that were literally present and visible, but hidden. It was hidden right before so many people's eyes, and they simply just could not see it. And with that, a lot of it is ugly and hard to look at because it is so distorted from the truth, from the heart space, from what is real, from the reason why we all came to this planet. So it frightens people and it scares people. And when people are confused and afraid, then they judge. They project judgment. Wrong, bad, blame, negative, ew, gross, resist, reject, no. And now, as much as that force and energy is necessary, there is a way to do it to alchemize and actually help to shift that energy, which is actually so much more beneficial because it actually requires a lot of energy to hold a barrier like that, to hold a wall like that. And when you resist energies, essentially just according to universal law, when you resist something, that is actually giving it a charge, so it's just going to make it keep pushing back at you. So because all things reflect in all aspects, judgment has been appearing externally, where people are judging each other, judging others, people that they know, people that they don't know, people that they think that they know, and saying, you're doing this wrong, you're not doing this enough, you're doing this too much, oh, this is this. And there's a lot of hate being projected on other people, though the desire is to unify and to unite and to clear and dissolve separation. Ultimately, that is the soul's, the heart's desire. That is the purpose. That is what is wanted here. However, because it's a process of emotions, and again, we go through this stripping where we become vulnerable, people are judging and projecting things because they're still in that place of sensitivity, of wound. So when I say it's really necessary to, when you experience something, whether it's a feeling or an external experience, to take it back to yourself and alchemize it, integrate it, comprehend it, and digest it on an internal level before you act and respond externally, it's because that energy that you have when you cultivate a solid and integrated awareness and knowing and confidence of the energy, then when you express it, it is more potent, it is more helpful, and it can help to benefit what you truly desire. So when people are judging other people and blaming and saying, you're not doing this enough and you're doing this wrong and this, that is actually feeding into the program. That is feeding into the program in which we are trying to dismantle. It's actually a part of the same program as racism is. Because truly, racism is not even a personal belief. It is not ours. It doesn't belong to the person. It was taught. And it doesn't even belong to our ancestors, the people who taught the racism. It's not even theirs. Racism is not natural. Our natural state is love, is acceptance, is harmony, is compassion, is union, is oneness, because that's what we are. And that's why we see so many people denying aspects of themselves and parts of themselves and other people, is because it's literally just a cycle. So when we bring awareness to this, and instead, when we see things that perhaps trigger us or seem off to us or wrong to us, and we instead take time to integrate it and to see, okay, clarify, where do I have things that perhaps this relates to or triggers or is resonant with or is teaching me or showing me or forcing me to be patient of or understanding of or compassionate of, and do the inner work before reacting externally. Because again, unless you do that, you are essentially just feeding into the program that you are looking to dismantle. Now, I'm also seeing a lot of judgment with people and themselves. So many people are judging themselves, where I'm even having so many of my friends, people who are large social media guides and gurus, who lots of you probably follow, reach out like, Heather, I don't know what to do in this time. I feel like I'm not doing enough, then I feel like I'm doing too much, and then what I'm trying to do is wrong, and then I'm just wanting to help, and I'm just wanting to this. Like, what do? I don't feel good. I don't feel right. I need to go away. And people are judging themselves. So what this judgment is doing, again, it's starting from the program. It's starting from those who have distorted and hijacked the system. And then it leaks out into the collective in so many ways, where people are doing it to each other and people are also doing it to themselves. And it's a distraction. It's an illusion that you don't know what to do, that you don't know what feels right for you. Because truly, all we have to do to understand and to know what is right for us to do is to feel into it, is to see if it's actually resonant with you and your truth. If it feels good, if you have passion behind it. Because everyone is not supposed to look the same way here. Yes, we are here moving this collective mission and pushing this through. However, the way that we do that, the roles that we play, are not all the same. They're different, and we need for people to show up differently so that there can be support, pillars at the foundation, holding and solidifying the structure in different ways, seeing different angles, holding different weights. We're not all supposed to do and be the same. which is why it is seriously so beautiful that we don't all look the same. If we all looked the same, how boring would that be? And actually, from a galactic perspective, we do all look the same. Us in all of our diversities and colors and tones and eye colors and hairs and textures, we're actually very boring in comparison to galactic races, to that beyond this small, tiny little realm. And what humans are not fully comprehending just yet due to the program, what they have been asleep to, is that we are all the same planet. We are literally one organism. We are literally one organism. It is magical and so epic that we have the intricacy of having these like individual experiences and abilities to express in our own ways, which is what should be celebrated. It should be like, whoa, that's so different than me. I love it. Teach me, show me, do it more. I want to see, can I watch? And again, if something doesn't resonate, then it's like, oh, contrast, clarification, okay. All right, and then you keep going. That's how it works. It's not meant to be like, oh, no, because then you are just exerting and being drained of your own energy. You are feeding your energy in which you should be fueling your personal expression of and sharing with the world into not liking something else. So if you find yourself judging others or judging yourself, you actually may not even know that you are judging. It may just be like a trigger, or you may just be trained or essentially programmed to immediately react with force or anger or resistance or rejection, and your ego may have convinced you that that is you speaking your truth. And again, this is like very like double-sided and like mixed because of the situation that we are also in right now, where it is necessary to be speaking and responding and energetically acting in honor of what is real for you, which essentially is in opposition to other forces right now. But what I'm talking about in this realm is essentially if someone is working and expressing and existing for the light, for positivity, to help or to assist, or even simply just to express themselves authentically, then it should not be judged. That should be accepted. And again, this is essentially a permission slip that you give to yourself into freedom, into liberation. So know that you are perfect, that you do know how to be and to express, and you are doing exactly what you should be in this time. So give yourself time to process. Really, that is the most helpful thing that I can suggest here that you can take with you on a tangible level, is to process and to integrate. Giving yourself the space physically and energetically to sit with and perhaps be with your thoughts and emotions. Now imagine if everyone does this, if everyone took their own things that actually, again, aren't even theirs, it's just a part of their program, it's just the way that they personally funnel energy through their program that has been organized in a certain way according to what they've experienced in their life, their purpose, their mission, their personal belief systems that they've adopted. When that energy funnels through their system and then they embody their individual version of it, that is a program, that is not real. So you know at the root, at the core, what is real, what is true for you. So please hold as much love as you can in these times as possible. Now, I know that's kind of like a lot to ask. However, that is what will make you the strongest. It is what will grant you stamina, clarity, and truth, confidence in your knowing. If you choose love over your triggers, over hate, over fear, over rejection every time, then you both win. You shifted instantly, immediately to where it's a winning situation. And the more that we acknowledge and we realize in the moments, if we initiate a pattern interruption and rather than falling into the program and instead back up and we're like, love, love. And we know and we see, oh, this person is probably just being and reacting in part to their version of the program that they're experiencing. If we just project love, if we just shine love instead, then we both win. That is how you instantly alchemize and shift the situation. So thank you for tapping in. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Thank you for incarnating. And thank you for being an essential part of this paradigm shift. Infinite blessings to you. Namaste. Thank you for tapping in. And thank you for being. Divine blessings. And so